What's up, guys? Shams11. We've just literally had the Xbox media brief of E3 2016, and I thought I'd do a little sum up of what we've just had for those who missed it, or just want to recap, or want everything condensed into one bite-sized chunk. Get used to this because I wrote everything down with a trusty pen on a piece of paper, so I'm going to be looking up and down a lot. So we kick stuff off with the announcement of the Xbox One S console. Not a huge shock. It's white, it's 40% slimmer. It has a 2TB hard drive. The power brick has gone. It is now all integrated into the console, so that big block that attaches to your plug, no more. It's capable of doing 4K video playback. Not 4K gaming, different thing entirely. So it will play 4K Blu-rays, 4K Netflix, 4K YouTube, 4K. And comes with a sim down controller that works via Bluetooth, but all your other accessories will still work with it. $299, and that'll be out for Christmas this year, so that's pretty cool. We jumped then straight into Gears of War, and the big thing of E3 was cross-compatibility between Windows 10 and Xbox One. They made a huge thing about it. You can do co-op campaign, co-op multiplayer, and co-op horde all together. Whether you're playing on Windows or an Xbox, which is pretty cool. We then jumped into a load of footage. There were two of them playing the game, apparently. Two of them playing the game. We saw this fantastic kind of lightning storm that was going on, wind blowing all over the place, bits of the scenery just ripping off and moving all around. A huge graphical overhaul from the beta that we had earlier, which I was quite disappointed with. We saw knife finishers, which was really cool. Got a knife out of his boot and stabbed one. The swarm of the new enemy. We saw her impale someone with a shotgun, bayonet, lifted them up, pulled the shotgun, and the enemy just went and splattered off into the distance. It was really cool. We saw the saw blade gun that was cutting through everything. It was cutting through scenery as well, which was pretty cool. It was taking kind of defense behind these big blobs of, I don't know, ooze and stuff, and they all exploded. It was quite awesome. And a little thing I noticed, that before, when you had the nest holes where they came up out of the ground, before you chucked a grenade in and then magically the ground would be completely flat. Well, now they leave a hole, you can actually take shelter in them, which I thought was pretty cool. That was probably 5 minutes worth of gameplay and was pretty awesome. Actually looking forward to that. We then jumped straight afterwards. There was a video of the Gears of War Elite controller coming, exactly the same as the current Elite controller. It just had an awesome skin and it did look pretty cool. Blood splatters and tallies of how many kills, and obviously Gears of War insignia, so that looked pretty awesome. From that we jumped straight into Killer Instinct. We've previously had Rash from Battletoads, the Arbiter from Halo, and now you can play as Ram. If you've got Killer Instinct, Ram is available. General Ram is available for 1 week starting right now. Straight after that we went into Forza Horizon 3, and my goodness, that looks amazing, as we expect from the Forza games now, but it did look stunning. We saw races going on in streets, down very nice looking roads. We saw them across sand dunes, then it went into like a little small town, a village they were drifting around, and then we saw races across beaches and through caves, and it was gorgeous. And then we saw two people on stage, one playing on Xbox, one playing on a high-end PC, meet up with two other people online, and they all met up, drove through these lush jungles, straight down through some rocks, and then into the through a cave, I think it was, before arriving at the beach. All different styles of car as well. Some cool stunts were being done. One did a barrel roll. It just looked absolutely gorgeous. After that we had Recall. Recall was just a video we saw, no commentary or anything, but it looked really good. I was worried that Recall was going to be kind of a Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts kind of game. Didn't really fit and looked a bit odd, but it seems to be coming together really nicely, and I've got really good feeling about that game. After that we saw probably the low point, which was Final Fantasy 15. We saw him just, I've even put a note, bit cack. We saw him fight the biggest enemy they've ever fought, but you just fought his hand and it just kind of swept across, and he ducked under it a little bit and got absolutely owned. He was getting destroyed by his own game, and then they defeated it, and it was like, graphics weren't impressive, gameplay certainly wasn't. I loved Final Fantasy. from the very beginning on the Game Boy and the NES all the way through to kind of Final Fantasy X, 10-2, obviously Final Fantasy 7 was a huge one, but I loved 6, 7, 8, 9. And it kind of died after Final Fantasy. 13 destroyed it for me, and oh well. Moving on, we then got June 28th, we will see the Division Underground DLC. Now, Division really disappointed me. It was meant to be the greatest game ever, and for a little while it was, but then it got exploited, which is both the game's fault and the gamer's fault, and the loot system became ridiculous, and people just getting killed and gave up with the game. I've got the season pass, so I'll probably give it a go. If it's got achievements, I will get them. If it hasn't, I won't be playing it. After that, we saw DICE. Patrick Buck from DICE came on and talked about Battlefield 1, October 21st. If you've got EA access, you can play it on the 13th, which is 8 days earlier. I thought it was normally a week, so I don't know if he got his dates wrong or if that's right. And it looks stunning. We saw the trailer for it, the official trailer. You can find that easily. I tweeted it. You can find it on YouTube so easily as well. After that, we had Mike Ybarra. Mike Ybarra's awesome. He's at Xbox Quick on Twitter, and I've talked to him quite a few things. Anything technical, Mike gets done, okay? Him and his engineering team are second to none. They are amazing. They did all the backwards compatibility stuff. They look after all of kind of Upload Studio and that lot. I had some issues with Upload Studio. I texted him, I tweeted him, and within an hour, he had it updated. Phenomenal. The guy has serious clout. He talked about, obviously, we're never going to eclipse kind of backward compatibility for last year because that was such a big thing. But there is going to be background music. Background music is coming this summer. Language choice as well. Previously, you could only have, say, Italian if you lived in Italy. You could only have, I don't know, Korean if you were in Korea. If there is Korean Xbox, I'm sure there is by now. But you can now be in another country and have a different language set on your console, which is pretty cool. The power of Cortana is coming. Cortana, if you're in the preview like me, is a little bit temperamental at the moment. She's having a bit of a huff. But she is pretty cool when it's up and working. And again, if you have Smart Glass, you will notice there was a big update. I had one on my iPhone in the wee hours of this morning. It's no longer Smart Glass, it's just called Xbox, because it's now the same on PC, on Android, on iOS, on Xbox. It all looks the same. So it's all everything coming together. It's just Xbox. Then we talked about clubs on Xbox Live. You can start up and you can join clubs. So if you are a huge fan of playing FIFA on the hardest setting, you can start up a club and meet people who like that kind of thing. If you are a fan of playing Rare Replay with your eyes shut, you can start a club and have people that only play Rare Replay with your eyes shut. If you like a certain football team, you can start one with that. If you're from a certain area, you can have stuff like that. If you want Destiny, strike people to come and help you, you can set up a club, active people to come and help you, which is a really cool idea, great way of meeting people. We then had a whole thing about looking for groups. You can find groups of people that you want to play with, so it all kind of ties in. And then after that, huge one, Arena is coming. This is a dedicated tournament platform, so this is competitive gaming will be accessible on Xbox One like that. Games confirmed with things like World of Tanks, and FIFA is coming as well, so you can set up a proper FIFA tournament, and it happens. At the moment it's very reliant on Twitter groups getting together or Facebook groups getting together or web pages getting together. Now you can just set it up on your Xbox. Brilliant idea. Then we went over to Minecraft, the friendly update as they've named it. You can basically share your worlds, your realms with, your world, should I say, with your friends. And they can come on, you don't have to be online. They can come on and play in your world and help build stuff, and then you can come on and this, that, and that, very much like the PC version. But then Realms is coming. This will allow any Minecraft from iOS, Android, Xbox, Windows can all talk together. So you can be playing on your iPhone, someone else can be playing on their Android phone, someone can be playing on a PC, and someone can be playing on an Xbox. You can have a world, generate it, all come and play. Amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. That's pretty cool. We then had some, it was a really odd kind of talk, but they then talked about the different texture packs are coming to the iPhone version, or Android versions as well. We're getting there. After that, there was a quick video of custom controllers. This will be available through Xbox, I imagine through the Xbox store. You can customize your controllers. You can have different colors, different colored buttons, different colored joysticks. You know, you can't have extra triggers and paddles and stuff, but you can customize your controller and have your name inscribed on it. A brilliant idea. Something everybody wants. Normally you have to go through a third party. You've got no cover at all if something goes wrong, but this is actually an official company. And it's about time this was available. People have wanted to do this since PS1. So well done Microsoft for jumping on that. We're getting there. Then we had the big thing from... Inside is coming on June 29th. Inside is made by the people that did Limbo. Excuse me. Part of Idea Xbox, they're so happy to have Inside coming that Limbo is available for free. Inside we saw very little of, just a very cinematic, ominous looking trailer. After that, there was talk of Ark. Ark, you can now play with Windows 10 people, which is absolutely awesome. We then saw Compulsion Games with We Happy Few, which look freaky as hell. You've got to check out that trailer, though. It is weird, it is amazing, it is brilliant, and that game is going to rock your world. That's coming to Game Preview in July. Look out for it. There are 1,000 Idea Xbox games currently in development. I do reviews of them. My good friends out from the Hitmen do previews of them, and they're really good. They're not little shitty arcade games anymore. They're quality games, and you need to keep an eye out for them. Then we had CD Projekt Red, who do The Witcher. They came up with the Gwent Witcher card game, cross-play with Windows 10. A game that will confuse the bejesus out of me. Is a card game where you set up armies, you have different classes, you have 10 cards and that's it. You have certain rounds you can win, but do you save it? Do you sacrifice a round to win the war, or do you go all out? That's going to be huge. Tekken 7 is coming. We saw a pretty long CGI video. Tekken 7 is coming early 2017. And to celebrate, you can get Tekken Tag Tournament 2 on backwards compatibility for free right now. Dead Rising 4, I've just written yes, yes and yes. Dead Rising 4 is coming and it looks amazing. It will be co-op, it didn't show that, but I'm certain it will be co-op. We saw everything from fire-breathing masks to power suits to different amazing vehicles to zombie launchers to... It's just stunning. It's set at Christmas, it looks absolutely amazing. Love Dead Rising 3. Dead Rising 4 looks brilliant. Microsoft Studios then came up and talked to us about, you know, how excited they are about all the stuff they're doing. And we saw Scalebound. Now, Kim, who's on my Twitter, summed it up perfectly. Dubsteps and Dragons, I'm in. Scalebound looks like Final Fantasy should have been. We saw a few people going up against the biggest boss that they've shown so far, and it was amazing. It looked gorgeous, it looks fantastic. If you like Japanese-style RPGs with Final Fantasy-style elements, kind of Pokemon evolving of your monsters as well, check it out. Look it up. Scalebound's going to be amazing. Cannot wait for that. And then good old Rare. Gotta love Rare. I love Rare. My favourite ever developer. Came in with Sea of Thieves, and when the lead guy turns up in a Goonies t-shirt, you know everything's going to be okay. We saw Sea of Thieves being played. They basically gave the game to a group of people, didn't tell them anything, and just let them go, and we watched a video of it. It was very good, very entertaining, and looks brilliant. Can't wait for that. State of Decay 2 was then shown, a pretty long video, and looks really very good. There were massive hints of, it says nobody survives alone. And then a flare goes up with another group needs help. Now, whether that was because you have to have different settlements, but I would think it's more a subtle hint that it's going to be co-op. State of Decay 2 isn't coming out till 2017, but that is going to be huge. Can't wait for that. We're nearly there. We then saw Halo Wars 2. We're going to be going up against the Brute Warlord Aatrox, or Aatrox. I think it was Aatrox. February 21st, that is out next year, but right now you can play the beta. Amazing, right? And it looks really good. I've never actually played Halo Wars. A lot of you love it, a lot of you swear by it. Chef Big Willie says it's one of his favourite games ever. If you don't know who that is, check out on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube. He's awesome. But Halo Wars 2 is coming. And then after that, we had Phil Spencer, who is the Xbox chief. If you don't know him, he's at Xbox P3. He came out and gave us the news that we all thought was coming, all hoped was coming. Scorpio, Project Scorpio. It is true, it is coming, it is amazing. Holiday 2017. We are talking less than 18, what, we're June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, 17 months away. 6 teraflops, if you don't know what that means, that is 6 times more powerful than an Xbox One. That is nearly twice as powerful as a PS4K or Project Neo. 320 gigabytes per second that is capable of processing, which is mind-numbing. It is, right, there's no arguing about architecture. It is the most powerful console ever created. How that's put into practice, I don't know. It is 4K gaming as well, guys. That is 4K gaming. Lots more details will be coming, prices and that kind of thing to be determined. It does mean the Xbox One is the previous generation, but Xbox One will still work on Scorpio. So will all your controllers and accessories. They will still be supporting Xbox One. It is not dead. A lot of you saying that that is a really ridiculously short lifespan. What you have to remember is PS3 and Xbox 360 was the longest lifespan ever in a generation of gaming. Okay, average is 5 to 6 years. This will be 4. Pretty short, I know, but it's longer than Dreamcast. It's longer than 3DO and Jaguar. Old consoles. I'm sure some of you will have no idea what I'm talking about. Some of you will. Longer than 32X. But it will, Xbox One will still be supported, and for me, Xbox One was the most disappointing console I've ever had. Sounds odd, right? Because I love Xbox One and I make videos of it. I mean, when I opened it up on launch day, I was like, what is this? This isn't that good. My Xbox 360 is just as good. It didn't blow me away. This will. This has the potential to anyway. Obviously, anything can happen. I'm not going to say it's going to be better than the next PlayStation. I'm not into that. Okay, I praise the console I have. I don't have a PS4, so I don't slag a PS4 off. Okay, I praise Xbox One because that's what I've got. 4 years is longer than the Wii U's been around. Wii U's been around 3 years. Think about that. But it's really exciting, guys. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. A lot of you are very angry that it's coming out so soon after Xbox One. If you jumped on the bandwagon and got into your Xbox One early, you're nearly at 3 years since launch. So it's not been, it's not that short. And it's what needed to happen. Microsoft needed to lead the way. It's got to take back ground lost after the abysmal launch of Xbox One and all those horrible suggestions that came out that everybody wasn't ready for and hated. I hope they realise that they need the Xbox One backwards compatibility. They need to still keep physical discs. I know a lot of us use digital, but over here in the UK, digital is so expensive. They just need to keep that going. And Scorpio really, genuinely is very, very exciting. I will be bringing you news of Scorpio whenever I get it. Follow me on Twitter at Chambers11. Leave me a comment below. What was your highlight of Xbox E3? I'm talking the Xbox show. I know there's been other ones. I know there will be more that I haven't seen yet. But this is please just about Xbox. If you hate Xbox and are a huge PS4 fan, don't bother leaving a comment. I'm going to delete it. All right. It's not what it's about. I'm not about hating on consoles. I want you to praise the console you have. I'm really excited about Project Scorpio. I'm really excited about the S as well. 40% slimmer, bigger hard drive. That's what we need. So yeah, as always, I've been Chambers. Thank you ever so much for watching. Till next time.